Hey, a cowboy's life is the life for me. How you doing? It's the Bulletinman. Sunday night on the cheap Chinese camera because the police stole my good camera. Let me check my test. They didn't get my phone. Yeah. Well, everybody's broke. All the kids are broke. Everybody's broke. Are you broke? Well, you're not broke if you're a lawyer or a cop or a judge, because they're out thieving from the people. And we're putting a stop to that. I just want to let you know what's going on over here in Bulletin Land. I will be vacating the Piney Park property. The wife is not very happy with me, and looks like she's filed for a divorce. So I got to go back down to Crawford County all the time now. You guys are going to get me all the time now. But I'm coming with an army. Seriously, I am. And we got some singers that are going to go out before the army, and the army's not even at the fire shot. We're just going to sing our way to victory. And that's how God did it. You know, and I've been trying to be peaceful and be like God. You know, and some people took exception to the fact that I MF'd the powers that be in Crawford County and Jefferson County too, and we do reserve the right to go remove you physically. That's why we have a Second Amendment. And the American people are so silly. I mean, they go out and buy all these guns, but they're not willing to use them. You know, I showed remarkable restraint the other evening, and I actually believe that the Highway Patrol just tried to set me up into firing at them, meaning they left my gun chambered and safety off after they stole my computers and also took my prescription pills. And I do have to apologize to Sergeant Folsom. He did not get my Valium. They hid the Valium, but he didn't get them. I'm pretty confident, though, they got my Adderall. So, nonetheless, I spoke with the Colonel on Friday. I have made a writ of replevin. I have actually not filed this yet. I tried to earlier in the week, but they were trying to hold me up for $70. But never mind. Article 1, Section 14 of the Missouri Constitution says that justice shall not be for sale, denial, or delay, or something like that. I don't have it right in front of me. But any type of filing fee would be selling justice. Now, wouldn't it? Just call me crazy. You know what? I must be insane. I have no idea what I'm really doing here. You know, I really just totally out of my mind. Totally clinically insane. Been going to see a psychologist. Joseph Long is his name. And I don't know. We haven't really got the official diagnosis. I did spend 13 days in the Farmington, Southeast Missouri mental institution, and was treated by the highest paid employee in the state of Missouri. And best they can come up with is a psychosis not otherwise specified. So yeah, man, I'm just crazy as a loon. Don't know what I'm doing at all. Have no comprehension of what I'm doing here. So anyway, now that we got that out of the way, that Bulletin Man is crazy. I'm not a fool. I may be crazy, but I ain't no fool. Sammy Hagar. For love or money. But I do have good news in Jefferson County. Yeah, obviously the de facto court will end on September 14th. Monday the 17th is Constitution Day. And I think in one of my videos I said it was Yom Kippur, which is the Day of Atonement. But I believe it is the beginning of Rosh Hashanah, which is the high holy days for all my Jewish friends out there. I really don't know when Yom Kippur is. Hold on, I'll be right back. Oh. Yom Kippur is the 26th. Okay, so excuse me. And Yom Kippur is the Day of Atonement. So maybe on the Day of Atonement they will atone and give all the people their money back. But I just want to make it clear that on the 14th or whatever, the 17th comes around, we're going to occupy the courthouse. We're at least going to try to get people to occupy the courthouse, and we'll see how that goes. But what I am doing is encouraging everyone who has a case thrown against them, and really it's actually an infraction. You know, a case would be you actually had to have an aggrieved party, an injured party, and the state can't be the injured party because we are the state, we the people, you know, I mean, they govern in our consent. So, you know, you actually had to have an aggrieved or injured party. So if you get like a had a couple of beers, you get a DWI. You had maybe smoking a joint. They come in your house because your computers were smoking pot or something. Or you had a minor in possession, or an open container, or you're going 50 and a 54, 55 or whatever. You're going 60 and a 55. If you had to pay a fine, then you were injured. And by definition, corpus delicti, the body of the crime. Crime is injury, loss, or harm, provable personal injury, loss, or harm. So we know for a fact that the government is criminal. The desperate move that they would come up here and steal my computers, invade my offices here, former offices. I gotta move, man. I have to take all my stuff down. You see all that, man? It took me hours to put all that up there. And then there's where my computer was at. And you don't see the laptop, but I didn't take my laptop cord. It's just sad, man. It really is. You know, this is marriage number 3. The Bulletinman has had to give up. You know, I had to give up 3 kids and a wife, and then Judy, God bless her. I love her. She's a great woman. She's been good to me. But she can't handle the stress and the pressure. I don't think very many people can. You know, we're on like DEFCON 1 around here. Just waiting for them to roll in, man. We really are. But I've got a few people on speed dial, and we'll see who shows up, man, for the big party. But we really don't want to be offensive. You know, my goal is to do this without having to hurt anybody. No one should have to get hurt, especially you cops out there. The Colonel Rappaport, or whatever his name is, all you majors and captains and anyone in the command staff of the Missouri Highway Patrol, you guys are got a bunch of devils in you. You see, they're all Masons. You know, the Masons pretty much run the whole show. You ever notice anything about Jefferson City? You dial 751 to get to Jeff City. What's 7 plus 5 plus 1? It's 13. Now you call the Highway Patrol, they're 3313. You know anything about their cult? You know anything about the Masonic Brotherhood? They worship and take great stock in numbers. The number 11 is one of their big numbers. That's why they showed up on the 22nd here. And I can go through all these court dates that I've had over the years, over all the other incidences I've been involved in. And they were always on the 11th or the 22nd. Sometimes they're on the 13th, which is 13 is the number of rebellion and depravity, or the 18th, which is 666. It's real simple, folks. The lawyers are Antichrist. It's the spirit. You know what? It's not the lawyers themselves. And that's why I don't want to hurt anybody. You know what? H.J. Folsom. You know, my flesh wants to strike back, but I know he's not saved. I know if something were to happen to him, that he would go to hell. Sad. People who go around lying, cheating, and stealing, and especially against a man who knows the Bible and reads the Word of God and tries to be obedient to what He tells him to do. You gotta, woe unto you, man. We wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, powers, the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Even got into it at church today. I don't know if I'm going to post that video or not, but Pastor Luis thinks America's still a good country. No. America is the greatest country in the world. I have no doubt about that. But the reason why we're the greatest country in the world is because we have the ability and right to defend our rights. And I am one to dare defend my rights. I mean, I ought to move to Alabama. I think it's their state motto. We dare defend our rights. But I'm not going anywhere. This will be filed. I'm going to fry fax it over tonight. And if they insist on the $70, I'll send them $70. They've got till Tuesday to get my stuff back. If they don't give me my stuff back on Tuesday, Highway Patrol, the government, basically the way I wrote this, admits that they are a fraud. I did the same thing in 2010. Go back and look at the videos there, and I actually did it to the federal government, the big bad federal government, in 2011 over the taking of Jimmy Tebow's property. But I think I'm all good with the feds for now. I don't know. I have talked to him a few times, and at least we're talking. But I love you and I love America. And the reason why I do what I do here is to warn the wicked to turn from their wicked ways. Jesus is at the door, man. I don't know when he's coming back, and I pray it's tonight. But behold, he stands at the door and knocks. Are you going to answer the door? Yeah, I answered the door the other day. I shouldn't have. I should have just talked to him through the window. But answer the door if Jesus knocks on your heart. That's who you need to answer the door for. Be praying, too. September 11th is coming up. It's the 11th anniversary of September 11th. You know, in 911, it was like 9 plus 1 plus 1 is 11. It was Flight 56. It was Flight 77. The towers were 110 stories tall. The lights, you know, they put up 2 spotlights, and they were illuminated for 33 days, and there were 88 lights in each one. The use of the number 11 was all over that. It was something like 50 or 60 different times they used the number 11. Don't always believe what you see, my friends, especially nowadays. But believe this. This is the greatest country on the face of the earth. And one day, very soon, we're going to be able to turn that flag right side up, because we're not going to be in distress anymore. We have every right, duty, and responsibility to replace the government today because they have failed their chief design. And when they can come into the office of the publisher and steal his computers, they got to go. So I'm begging you all, just go peacefully. I'm not trying to shut down the whole court system. Only thing I want is everybody who's in there on a non-violent, victimless offense to walk out. Charges dismissed, case closed, with prejudice. They walk free, and everybody's on probation for those things. They walk free too. You shouldn't have to pay to stay out of jail. That's extortion. It's kind of like slavery too. But in Jefferson County, good news, Tammy Berg's days are numbered. The powers that be in Jefferson County have seen the wisdom of going to a county-wide probation system. Of course, I think it's all null and void after the people rise up and take their country back. But in Jefferson County, the days of private probation and shaking down and extorting the people are over. I love you, Tammy, too. You know, I mean, I love all you lawyers over in Hillsborough. I really do. And I'm not very happy with, man, I saw a bill the other day. A girl got caught with a couple, was driving, and they tried to say she had a meth lab because the car smelled like gas. It's one of my advertiser's daughters. And, I mean, it's just like a minor thing, you know, no big deal. I mean, obviously, just say who's the injured party, and the case is dismissed. But she gets a bill from a carpetbag lawyer, and this man don't even hang his shingle in Jefferson County, but he does a lot of business, I understand, in Jefferson County. She gets a bill from Jeff Taylor for $3,000 for this, and they gave him $500. What's up with that, man? That's crazy. But nonetheless, pray for Jeff. You know, I've talked to Jeff a few times. He's got a good heart. I really does. But you know, my God, the greed and the insanity of it all. I mean, pray for all these lawyers. I like Eddie Page. I like Mike Lowry. You know what? John Rayfield called me about the when they took my computers. I love all you guys. Rayfield got me out of my first felony. You know, my first felony was selling liquor without a license down my alma mater. And Rayfield got me out of that. Of course, it cost me $4,000. But nonetheless, man, that was a great lesson. It really was. I love all you guys. I love Sheriff Boyer, man. I used to eat breakfast with Glenn and Ralph Brown. Ralph was in the carpet business. We'd go down to Theodore's. When I was hungry, I was up at early. I go down and eat breakfast with my dad and Sheriff Boyer and everybody else who hung out down there at Theodore's. I love all you guys. Just quit stealing from your neighbors and follow the Constitution. All right, it's 15 minutes. This is way too long. I love you. Have a great evening. Pray for the Bulletinman. and pray for God save the Republic and God save this poor, pitiful Supreme Court. We pray that they do the right thing and return my property, and then we won't have to clog the courts with your everybody who gets charged with a so-called crime will take it to trial, and 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, you'll be trying cases.